Am I so low? Hello. How are you, everyone? Hello, hello. Happy Tuesday to you, everyone. I'm back from my little vacation that was so sneaky and quick that I didn't miss a single stream while also having a vacation. Get yourself a streamer that can do that, huh? I am very strongly back to work today. We got this art to continue right where we left it last time. Have you been this weekend? Let me say hello to everyone. Hello Lava Boy, hello hello Phoenix, hello Nimby, Sunflower, Lucas, thank you so much for your follow. Welcome to my stream. Hello Monk, hello Siagamas. I did have a good time. So I was off for the weekend. I basically just went to the beach with Maki, and technically I do have a beach more close by, but I booked a little hotel to actually go away from my house and from my PC, because if I don't do that, even if I tell myself I will take a couple of days of break, I still don't do it. So I decided to book a hotel room. No, it wasn't B&B. For the weekend to get out of my house. I didn't bring my iPad, so all I did was chilling with Maki. Hello La Plume, hello Xenia. I wanted to say BB, thank you for your tutorial for the physics and settings for it. It was very informative and helpful. Hey, good job. I will soon make more tutorials. I need to. I'm actually, I think, a new little story time video edited VOD type of thingy will come out soon. I'm working on it though. You should see it in the next week-ish or so. Hello Kurt, thank you so much for your follow. Hello. Hello Correction. So basically, yeah, this place that I've been to was not that far away from my house. It was like 2 hours driving, and technically if I went by the highway it would have been quicker, but especially because I was with Maki, I preferred to go not on the highway, so in case I needed to stop for anything, if Maki needed anything, I could pretty quickly stop and take care of her and make sure everything was alright. But honestly, Maki did so amazing. I did not expect. The whole trip in the car, she was so good. She did cry a little bit, but after a while, I think it's because she's bored and she cannot sit on my lap like she usually does when she's in the car. So that's what she's upset about. But luckily, she doesn't get car sick. And as soon as she realized that I could not like play with her, she just laid. I had her in the back seats, so she had like this big towel, and I made her a whole princess setup. You know, she had her little blanket, some toys, some pillow. She had everything she could ever want. And yeah, she princess treatment. You're all under arrest for being hacking cutie patooties in the broad daylight, especially Yoshi, queen of cuties, queen of coochies. You have the right to remain a snack, but ooze can and will be used against you in a court of law. Okay, but what if I send my ooh before you, huh? If you cannot afford hugs, they will be provided for you. Do you understand you're an Omega level S++ tier Ultra Cutie Patootie Deluxe as stated? I am not gonna say anything until I get my lawyer. Because I don't agree. You know, if I ever was in a situation where I have to say like, I reserve the right to not say anything until I get my lawyer, then I will probably after saying that, then I will probably start talking anyways and fuck myself more. And yeah, also in the B&B, Maki did incredibly well. I brought a lot of stuff to clean in case she had accidents. I brought her peeing pads, a lot of wet wipes, stuff to clean, stuff to wash her. I brought her soap, her blankets, everything. I brought everything because I went by car. So I brought so much stuff. She didn't have a single accident. The B&B had a little grass area in front of it, so in the morning I brought her there and she was good. She peed outside only. She didn't try to break anything in the room. Honestly, she did so well. I'm so happy. And it makes me think, wow, okay, if she's this good, then maybe I can bring her over to other trips and like if I know that it's not gonna be extremely stressful both for me and her. The only thing I think though is that I don't think I will bring her to beach trips anymore. Because she doesn't like to swim. When I first brought her to swim, I miss the streaming a little bit. Not streaming, like working in general. When I first brought her to swim, she didn't like it, but I was suspecting maybe it was because she was young, right? But after bringing her again, I realized that it was not because she was young. She just doesn't like it. Although she did like sand. In fact, she kept on digging the sand and throwing it on my on my towel. Basically, she was digging and throwing the sand behind her, and I was behind her, so she kept on basically burying me in sand. This beach. So yeah, it was a little bit uncomfortable with all of the sand, with Maki being a big puppy. So I think I will bring her with trips on trips with me again, but not trips at the beach. Not those ones. Thank you so much, Antramio. Antramio. Thank you so much for the sub, Antramio. Thank you so much for the sub. I really appreciate it. I love so much how the bot says the names. It's so silly. Thank you so much. I really appreciate. Ayo, that's the first sub of the day. So here is your sushi. The first sub of the day gets a nigiri. Hello Flame, how are you? How are you? Reminds me of the only time I actually went to the beach. The main thing I did was just dig the sand. Well, I hope you were not digging it and throwing it in the face of other people like Maki did. Dachshunds were bred to dig and chase rabbits in their dens, so of course Maki likes to dig holes. At some point, I actually started digging with her to kind of like, you know, show her that I you know, like participating into something that she's doing. I guess like to make her happy. And she was so excited that I was digging with her, and she kept on digging even faster. Digging the hole. Have you been Antromio? This is how I imagine Antromio looks like at all times. Yes, naked with red wine. Hello, Bago. It was kind of unfortunate though. The beach that we went to, they were organizing everything for a concert that was gonna happen in the night. And it was kind of like lame that they did that in the only free beach area. So like some part of the beach, if you wanna be there, you need to pay and get an umbrella, how is it? Like a sunbed, not sunbed, like the chair, you know, the thing. Instead, there is this part where you can just be there with your own towel, with your own umbrella, whatever you prefer. And also dogs are allowed there. And there was this concert for this DJ to come. And of course, they did it in the little free beach part. So it became even smaller. Luckily, there were not lots of people. So we were able to stay there with Maki comfortably enough. And another problem that I have when I go around with Maki, for example, at the beach, is that she likes people so much that she doesn't understand that she cannot go and cuddle with everyone. So I need to constantly hold her, or she will run and jump on other people and like lick them. Thank you so much for your follows, Vortax. Hello. Taxes. Hello. Yeah, I know it's cute, but at the same time, you know, if you're minding your own business at the beach and a random dog comes to lick you, I will be very happy. But someone might be angry, and it's not nice for me to let Maki randomly roam around, annoying other people. Then there is something that I am a bit confused about. Basically, I booked a B&B that had listed in their like in the features of the place, the pool, because I was already kind of expecting Maki to not like the beach that much, like the sea. And I wanted to be prepared, you know, in case whatever happens, I could still go to the pool. But it was not clearly stated in the B&B info that the pool was not at the B&B. Like, when I got there, I discovered that the pool was like 4-minute drive away. Was like 3 kilometers away, which is kind of lame, you know. I wish I could have just gotten out of my B&B room and have the pool there, you know, without having to drive to get to it. And you think it's a scam? Let me tell you more, because I had to pay for it. Okay, the paying part is a bit on my bed, kind of. Okay, let me tell you basically how the listing looked like. The listing said, this B&B has a pool. And then it said, if you want a sunbed, it's on payment. And if you want an umbrella, it's on payment. So in my brain, I thought, okay, the pool itself is like for free with the B&B, and then if I also want a sunbed, then I have to pay extra, or if I want an umbrella, I have to pay extra, but I can use the pool for free. That's what I thought. Instead, when I went there, apparently it was like 10 euros to use the pool, and yeah, it was not in the same place. I had to drive to go there. And what makes me even more like sad, hello Dior, how are you? Oh, I miss Nikki as well. What makes me a little bit sad is that the workers that I talked to were all so nice and amazing. Literally, you know what they usually do? This happens often. Like the owners of the B&B, you don't even ever see them. You just get there and it's a bunch of foreigners basically running the whole place. Like the lady that was at the B&B talking to me as she prepared my breakfast. She was so nice, but she was just an employee, right? So all of the employees were so nice, but I feel like the owners were kind of like scammy by putting the listing of the B&B so confusing, and also not clearly saying that the pool was in another place. And this sucks because the room itself was a very, very nice. I had a big shower, the room was cool. So I really don't understand why they would have to make it more like shady, you know? I didn't leave a review yet because I honestly don't know what to do. I feel bad for the workers that are there. They were honestly so nice. They did everything they could to make my stay nice. And I feel like if I leave a bad review, it's gonna affect them as well, right? So that sucks. I don't know what to do. Oh, and another thing is that on the listing, it said pets are allowed, but extra charges may be applied. Specifically saying may be applied. So what I thought was that, of course, I can bring Maki, but if she breaks something, then I have to pay extra fee. And that makes sense. But once I was there, on the inside of my room, on the door, there was a signal, like a paper saying dogs pay 20 euros per night, always, regardless of what they do. So that was very weird. Like, why on the booking it says fees may be applied? If you already know that you're gonna charge me 20 euros per night for my dog, write it already, like write it down on the site when I book. Also because, like, Maki's hotel where I usually leave her, you know, when I go on travels, like when I went to the Dokomi, I couldn't bring Maki. I left her at the hotel. It's like 28 euros per day. So they charge me almost 20 euros per night compared to 28, but the place where I leave Maki, 28 euros per day, like they literally keep her by herself, like they take care of her, and I am like a careless free, I can do whatever I want, and Maki's getting taken care of. The pool is most likely owned by the sister-in-law of the person running the B&B. The chair rental operated by the brother-in-law. The umbrella owned by the B&B's partner. Something like that, yeah, I guess so. Super scammy. They're luring people with a pool, so they think a higher price is alright. Then rug pool. You gotta contact Airbnb. This is a scam. They aren't allowed to raise price afterwards. You think so? I can contact them. This is such a bad situation. Again, I feel so bad because it's the owners being fucking bitches, and all of the workers in there were so sweet and nice. And because the owner are bitches, now if I report it, they're all gonna be affected. They should specify that on the booking contract. I do believe you got scammed. Okay, I will contact B&B for it. I don't know if I can call it a scam again because the room itself was nice, but if you have a good place, I'm even more mad at them because if they were just scammers, okay, you're scammers. But they have a nice place. They have a very friendly workers in there. The breakfast that they prepare me in the morning was very good. Like, they have everything they need to be a nice place. Why do they end up doing these extra things that end up making me want to leave a bad review? It's not Airbnb. I booked it through booking.com, but honestly, I think it's the same thing. Doesn't matter if the room was nice. Shadow transactions or stuff not specified before, it's still a scam. It did say extra fees may be applied, so technically they can probably like say, okay, you knew that it may be applied, but I took a picture of the papers that were hung in the room that said you must pay 20 euros per night. So I can send this picture to booking.com to show them that like they are forcing you to pay this amount of money. And I think that booking might actually listen to what I have to say, because these 20 euros that they are making you pay is off booking. So booking is probably not even mad about the B&B not being clear, but booking is gonna be mad about, oh, they made money without giving me a fee. I think booking is gonna be mad on that. Like, oh, you paid for the pool, you paid for the dog, and I didn't take a cut of it. Hello, Firearms. If it's booking, it's even better. Are they more how do I say, like strict? The link? Oh, let me see. Maybe I can send you later. It's literally against their TOS multiple times, but yeah, I will report them just in case they got a nice place. Yeah, okay. Just because they got a nice place is not okay. If you deliver a review, you could state that the staff at the places were wonderful, but the owner of the B&B did not have all the prices disclosed, as well as did not inform that the pool is a separate thing disconnected from the B&B. Okay. Booking has a very good client policy, so the person who books the place has more protection than the one who rents the place. Then, I mean, they worked really hard to make me, like, you know, I'm not a person to complain usually, but like if they're really being weird that I do. Thing is that I have it on my phone, but wait, I can send you. The problem is that it's all in Italian. If you think you can understand, or if you have some sort of translation automatic. Okay. I did tell them, by the way. Like, I told to the lady, like, hey, You know, in theory, you should have written this stuff on the booking, but the lady over there told me like, oh, okay, I will tell the owner because I don't manage that. One day, Yoshi, there will come someone's elderly mom who's running low on cash and can't afford the extra hidden fees, so the owner will come and yell at them to pay up. Yeah, I did pay because the lady told me like hold on, let me send you the link. Basically, the lady was like, so the owner told you you have to pay the extra fee before I left. The extra fee, right? And I was like, okay, but like, you know, it was not clearly stated before. Like, he said maybe. I told her. He said on the site, he said maybe. So I thought there was gonna be extra fees only if Maki broke something. It didn't say it was for sure that I had to pay. And she told me like, oh wow, I didn't know it was like that on booking. I'm gonna tell the owner. And that's all. Yeah, I cannot imagine for people that stay maybe a week. 20 euro per day for a whole week. Imagine. Now, if you look at this listing I sent to Dior, I'm maybe I'm blind. I cannot see anywhere saying that the pool is not at the B&B, but it's 3 kilometers away. I stayed there 3 days. The trip itself went well. Maki was very good. We drove around. We went at the beach. We had lots of nice food. My belly was so angry because I had too much food. Pet smoking fees are reasonable because it takes a lot of... Yeah. No, I understand. The problem is that of not being told beforehand. And also, it being 20 euros a day is kind of weird because if I stay there for 1 day or if I stay there for 3 days, you still need to deep clean the room, right? So why does one pay 60 euros and the other one pays 20? You need to deep clean, like, I don't understand. But yeah, again, they should have wrote in the listing beforehand, you will pay 20 euros per day for your dog. And that would have been fair. Just saying, maybe we might charge more, but not how much and in what situation. I think they do it like that simply because of like 100% booking takes a cut, right? A fee from every client that goes. And probably they are trying to get these extra fees to go around bookings fees for them. But you know, traveling with Maki for me is still a responsibility, still extra stress compared to usual. So maybe if I knew that I was gonna pay 20 euros per day to have her with me, considering that the dog hotel that I usually leave her at is 28, maybe I could have said, okay, I'll just go by myself so it's extra relaxing for me and it's not gonna be that much of a price difference. I saw the post where Maki tried to bury you in the sand. Yeah, she was digging the hole. Okay, now that I have told to you guys, I realize how scammy it was. You know when these sort of things happens and you're just sitting there by yourself thinking, am I being over dramatic? Should I just let it go or should I do something about it? Thank you so much for the follow, Persivores. Hello, Lucky, how are you? She's a doggo diggy dig the hole. You know, at least it was not like a scam. Like, I still had my room, I was still there. It would have been worse if it was a scam, like I was left in the streets or something like that. Trying to look at the positive side. I checked and suddenly there is nothing you can do about it because the B&B is registered as a villa and they have different criteria and permissions in Italy. What does it mean? Well, you know, maybe I will still write it to booking because if they know that I paid 50 euros outside of what I paid on booking, maybe they might like be mad about not getting their cut and still do something about it. Yeah, I'm working on a VTuber model right now. Just writing a little report doesn't take me that long of time. Then I guess they can decide what to do, if to do anything. My room neighbors were there for 10 days. 20 euro per day, 200 euros. Just like that. My room neighbors were actually kind of crappy. It didn't affect me or anything like that, but I found it crappy. Basically, they left the dog in the room. I didn't know that people did that. Because in the morning when I went to have my breakfast, the lady saw me with the Maki and she was like, hey, did you leave Maki by herself yesterday? The whole day? And I was like, no, we were at the beach together. And she was like, ah, okay, no, maybe it was your neighbors then. Because I heard barking the whole afternoon. And actually, I did go back to the room quickly in the afternoon because I needed to rest a little bit. And I did hear the dog barking. But in my brain, I thought, oh, my neighbors are probably having one of those vacations where you just relax and sit in the hotel more than run around a lot. Like, it didn't even cross my mind that someone could go in a B&B and just leave their dog in the room and leave and go somewhere without the dog. It was crazy.
Good morning to the Yoshino.
Thank you so much for the sub Sphinx. Thank you, tier 3. Thank you. What was I saying? Yeah, honestly, I would have been even scared to leave Maki in the room by herself because I don't know what my dog can do when it's alone in a room that is not familiar, you know? I wonder if that's common. Why the fuck bring the dog on vacation just to lock the dog in room? That's like packing 20 pairs of shoes but going barefoot for a whole trip. Yeah, I don't understand either. Also, considering that you are paying for 20 euros, then and then leaving the dog in the room, and then risking then the dog breaks or something and you have to pay even extra. Like, find a dog sitter to leave them for the 10 days. Like, what? Vacation for me and Pac. I'm the servant and the security detail. Yeah. Hello, slimy mama. There are people that do that and I don't know why they do it. Sometimes you can bring the dog to certain attractions. Yeah, I know that can happen, but at that point, if you know, like, you know what type of trip you're gonna have. Before I left with Maki, I already knew that my B&B accepted dogs. I already knew that there was a beach that accepted dogs. I already made sure that I wasn't going anywhere where dogs were not allowed. And when instead that's the case, like for example at Dogoming, I just don't bring her with me. Where's Makona right now? I think she's sleeping on the sofa downstairs. You could easily find someone to come take care for a dog for like $20 a day. Yeah. I need to start a compilation from all the streamers who call me Mama. Oh, you're right, you're Slimy Mana! I thought you said you Slimy... I thought your name was Slimy Mama. Well... maybe Slimy Mama is more appealing than Slimy Mana. It's going to be my future if everyone remembers with that name. Are you a VTuber? Maybe if you get a slime mommy model, then it can fit very well. Yeah, you are a VTuber model. Hold on, I'm quickly stalking you on every social media. 1 second. Oh, you're already slime. Okay, I see. Bananas are appealing. I see myself up. Bananas. I haven't had a banana in forever. When was the last time you had a banana? I feel like bananas at the shops, they started to bring bananas like always unripe. So whenever I want a banana, I need to plan it before. Like I need to buy it. Then I need to let it ripen in my fridge and then I can eat it. The only thing Booking can do after is just tell them to specify the cost of the pets, but nothing more than that, since as I mentioned it was not a B&B, it was a villa. Maybe I don't understand, because a villa for me is just like big house by itself. Like, why can't a villa have a pool? Actually, a lot of villas have pools. Usually we call villa the houses of the rich people, basically. Thank you for follows, Kirby Mitch. I love bananas. I'm horribly allergic to them, but the difficulty breathing and scratchy throat is worth it. You also have the badge. Gone bananas. Isn't there a way that you can cure your banana intolerance? Not intolerance, allergy. Maybe it's like poison. If you get just a little bit, tiny bit at a time, you build your banana resistance. Hello, Kotyo. Koti. Anytime I eat banana, I have terrible nightmares. What? You guys have very weird problems with bananas. They are fine for me. When I eat them, they just fill my belly and that's it. What? I love your YouTube shorts, are very entertaining. Thank you for all the tutorials. Me and my friends learned a lot from you. I'm very grateful, Yoshino. Thank you so much, Slimy. I'm so happy. I've been trying to post daily clips, but it's so complicated and I'm dying. Most of the times you post a clip and it ends up getting 3 views, so you keep on like wondering if it's worth it. But every time someone comes here and tells me that they like my clips, it makes me think, okay, maybe it's worth it. My pillow for the dirt man. Keep a little dust under my pillow for the dirt man. I think at the end of this year I want to make new tutorials. Hello Nati, don't worry. I hope you feel better soon. No worry, no worry. Just worry about feeling better. This is a very dark color to start with. Wait, I think I need to close my blinds a little bit because I'm shading something dark and I cannot see it very well. Also, I've wrote this in Discord, but basically yesterday when I came back home, and it was the evening, so I gave Maki her dinner and we were doing her walk for pooping. We randomly got attacked by a cat out of nowhere. I hope that Maki didn't develop like some sort of fear for cats now. She didn't look extremely scared, she was just very confused, like why this animal not friendly to me? I am friendly, why not friendly? To be fair, nothing ever happened like me before, like that before to me. Like, I am very understanding, but I really didn't understand what went in the cat brain. It randomly ran towards us out of nowhere. Like, we were not in its way, we were not close to him. It was like in a little gate that went into like a little farming field. It was in there. I didn't even see it at first. I saw it when I saw this thing sprinting onto Maki and starting scratching it. Yeah, no, everything was alright. I immediately checked the Maki because usually when dogs get scratched by cats, like it's fine. They don't. Dogs have a very hard skin. The only problem is that if it ever happens to you, you need to check their eyes to make sure they didn't get scratched in the eye. Because if that happens, you need to go. You need to go to the vet to make sure, in case you need eye drops, whatever, to help. Yeah, I guessed maybe it had kittens nearby, but we were walking so far away from it that it was still very surprising. And there was a lady there that I didn't even understand if she was the owner or not, because she started telling me, like, when I was shushing the cat away, she started like shushing it as well. She was like, oh no, it's she's like that, she's always like that. I didn't really stop to listen to what the lady said. I just wanted to go away. And she was trying to explain me something like why the cat did that, but I didn't understand. I just went away. But I'm not sure if it was her cat or a neighbor's cat. I also kind of heard her saying, oh, they need to be kept on a leash. But she didn't repeat it, and she said it pretty quietly. I think because after she said it first thing, and then she looked at me and she realized that Maki was in fact on a leash. I don't know, man. First time I get attacked by a cat. The only thing that I can hope is that maybe Maki now is scared enough to not run towards cats anymore. Because there have been times where I had to hold her. This is not this time because both me and Maki couldn't see the cat. It was inside of a little gate. It was not visible for us. But sometimes when Maki sees a cat, she goes into, oh, I want to play with that thing. Like, same thing when she sees a person or another dog or also other cats. So she wants to play with cats as well. And that's not good because usually cats don't like that. So I usually have to keep her close to me and make sure that she doesn't go annoy cats. Maybe after this she will be a bit more careful when she thinks, oh, maybe I should run towards that. Maybe she will remember this and not do it right away. What is this branch? I wonder if another dog that looked like Maki had chased the cat earlier or something and thought Maki was that dog. That could be technically because Maki is a specific breed, right? So all of the dogs from that breed basically look just like her. Well, I can see the difference, but maybe from the eyes of a cat, maybe that looks the same. I'm honestly happy that there was no one nearby because I know in a situation like this, maybe someone would have tried to give me the blame, like, oh, your dog attacked the cat, because dogs do that and cats don't do that, you know, sort of like that. My dogs don't tend to chase cats. Well, they do, but not in a territorial way. No, Maki doesn't do that either. Like she just pulls on the leash because she wants to go and greet everyone. Dogs, cats, kids, adults. She was so confused afterwards. I grabbed her in my arms and I brought her away quickly because the cat was chasing on us. After I pulled up Maki and I started walking away, the fucking cat kept on running towards us. I basically was walking quickly with Maki in my arms, kind of like, I'm not saying running away from the cat, but kind of. And Maki looked at me like, what is happening? What? What just happened? Why did I get scratched? Okay, so I need to shade the dress without the belt on because she will have a toggle to take the belt off. So I need to make sure that the belt looks pretty even without the dress looks pretty even without the belt. It does have a bit of a dent on the side, but I will make another layer for it. Give a little dirt under my pillow for the dirt man. You see here, there's the little dent of the belt, but I can make like... I need to make it once I'm done with the shading, but like I can make a little layer that goes here like this. And it's gonna cover it. I keep a little dirt under my pillow for the dirt man. I also need to make a little cover here because she messaged me yesterday asking me like, hey Yashri, is this considered under booba? Can I get banned for it? And I was like, I'm really sorry, I cannot give you guarantees. I literally don't know. If you want, we can make an extra little layer covering the center of the boobs. Sometimes they do it with real dresses as well. As a toggle, so if you need it, you can use it. Maybe I can make it look like it's a continuation of this layer here. So it doesn't look out of place. Or like this, it makes it look too much like a tank top though. Actually, making a little arch like this might be better. That was looking like a tank top. I think it changes the way that this looks too much. Maybe something like this is better. Simple, so it doesn't add... Yeah, I guess so. I don't want it to look extremely out of place. Oh, also, well, I'm saying again all the stuff that I said on Discord, but you know, Maybe not everyone is on Discord. On the first night that I was away, something mega wholesome happened. Basically, I went to this little place for eating that was actually pretty close to the B&B. I just had to walk a little bit, and it was very good food. And while I was waiting for my food to be ready and to be brought to my table, there was these two old ladies on the table close to mine. They were pretty old, but you could see that one was older than the other one. Like the first lady was maybe 70, the second one was maybe 90. And basically the younger one was trying to take a selfie of both of them. And I could see that she was struggling. You know when you see an older person trying to hold up the phone and press the button at the same time and it's just not working and they're fumbling. So I just went up to them and I was like, hey, do you need me to take the picture? And she looked at me and she was like, yes, thank you. I'm struggling so much. And I took the picture and I looked at them and they were so cute together. I just told her. And usually I don't, because I'm, I don't want to sound out of place. But I told them, oh, you guys are so pretty, so beautiful. And the lady stood there for a moment in silence and she was like, really? And I was like, yeah. And she looked at me with almost like crying eyes. She was like, thank you so much. And she explained me that the older lady was her mom. And she got out of the hospital the same day because apparently she was sick or something. And they were celebrating her getting out of the hospital by going to the restaurant. And she told me how she brought her mom to get her hair done. She put her makeup on, she got her all dressed, and she brought her to the restaurant. So that's why she was almost crying, because I told them that they were beautiful and she was almost crying about it. And dude, I'm happy at least now they have a nice picture of both of them instead of a fumbly selfie. The lady even made sure to say goodbye to me when I left because I finished eating. Little lesson from today: you never know what someone is going through. If you get the chance to give a little compliment, you don't know how much it can help someone else. Yoshi's a saint. Nah. Usually I try to pay attention on what people around me are doing, and if they need help, I try to give it. Especially if it's something so effortless for me. Like, what was the effort for me to just stand up for a moment and take a picture for them? But it's also something you end up maybe not asking because you don't want to annoy others. But if someone else offers, then you get a much better picture than what you can do by yourself. Maybe that will be the main thing that I will remember about this trip. Trust me, you have likely helped a lot of people more than you think without realizing it by just being nice. That can be the same for everyone. Remember to be nice and smile to people. Seeing a smile face can brighten others' day even just a little bit. And it's so funny that if you smile at people, they will smile back. I didn't know that. But I once saw a video of this girl talking about it, and then I tried. And I discovered that if you smile at people, they will smile at you back without you. Maybe they don't even realize, but they do. That's so cool. I don't want to sound crazy. Okay, your belly button is over here. You didn't know people smiled back, Yoshi? I used to not smile a lot, so I didn't know that would happen if I smiled. Hello, Williati, how are you? That does not work here in UK. Of course, it doesn't work with everyone. But I noticed that maybe if I'm interacting with someone and then I say like, oh, bye, have a great rest of your day, with a nice voice and smiling, they will probably smile back. Hello, Dali, how are you? Smiling makes people want to smile back. I feel it when they do. Yeah. Hold on, let me put this on another layer. I don't want the belly button to be affected. Okay. So in UK, if you smile to someone, they will just look at you like... How does it work? I don't remember if people were smiling at me when I've been there, but I think they did. Maybe I remember wrong. I don't know what level of pouchy she wants, but in here I can see the belly is pretty roundy. So I'm gonna do the shading according to that. I'm from Italy. Doing good, less hot in these days, I can finally breathe. Same. Same. Although I'm having weird feelings, like it suddenly feels like it's the end of September, although it's the end of July only. Every time Yoshi smiles, a random snaky feels warm and fuzzy on the inside. The snaky with the secret camera hidden in my room. That is pretty much reaction I get from a lot of people here that see me and I smile at them in the UK. I'm imagining you smiling at people like this. Why aren't people smiling back? No, I'm joking. Maybe I get smiled at because I'm like... Okay, I'm not saying that you are not, but I also know that there's like bias based on that, but like... I'm female, I'm young... Maybe if I was older or a man, maybe I wouldn't get smiled as much. I don't know. I'm a female? Female? What do you mean? I'm older lady that looks young still. I'm not saying that you are, but I know a lot of people, a lot of ladies that say that, but then it's clear that they... It's fine, it's fine. Maybe it's not your case. I just feel like there's a lot of people that are scared of aging, so they do their best to deny it. I thought women's were allowed on the internet. Women's? Yeah, we have been allowed since 1969. Yo, do you guys still see porn on Twitter, by the way? Just wondering. I didn't even know that it was getting banned because I already did my age verification in Twitter because of reasons. So I never knew that it was getting removed because I'm age verified, so I can see it. And I discovered that that was happening because I started seeing posts of people complaining about it. Do you guys think they're removing it for good or that they're doing age check? I kind of dislike the age check thingy. I think, emo, the age check should be probably done maybe by the government or something, not by the singular platforms. Like, if Italy's government was like, hey, we're using your ID to give you like a virtual pass that says you're an adult, I'll be like, okay. But if I'm like, Elon says, hey, I need your ID to make sure you're an adult, I'll be like, are you really using it only for that? Well, technically they all have my ID because when you're a content creator that monetizes on the internet, you have to give them your ID. It's not like you can be like, oh, but my privacy. No, they don't give a shit. If they give you money, they need to know you, who the hell you are, where you live, and what you're doing with the money and everything. No, they don't ask you what they're doing with the money, but they do want all of the info. For example, when you get verified on YouTube and you become a YouTube partner, they ask you what's your address, and then they send you a mail, like a paper mail, in your mailbox, physically, with a code that you need to verify. So they are sure that you are actually in that place. And maybe you're not trying to trick them, saying you're somewhere and then you're somewhere else. I'm actually hiding all of the extra stuff for a moment so I can do this shading properly first.
If the age check was more strict, I would have gone way too far to get to the adult stuff as a kid. I kind of think we should have a safe NSFW space for kids just to keep the ones that do end there being safer. Also, la-di-di-da, la-di-do-da, lady, do-da, la-da-di-do-da, lady, lida, lady, luda, luda, lu.
Okay, the thing that you wrote did sound extremely weird. Did you actually mean that you think there should be a very precise division between sites that allow NSFW and that don't, so that the kids can only be on the sites that don't have NSFW, right? That's fair. I agree. The age check is because different governments have brought laws into effect now. So it's not UK only. Problem there is that the Italian government can then track and surveil you online, and no government has any business knowing their citizen private lives unless you can prove a crime has been done beforehand. I don't know how they do it, but like, for example, if I try to open some pirating sites, I get like a page that says, hey, government wants you to stop here. Why are you watching pirated stuff? You should not do this. And maybe it's a sites that work fine in other countries. I don't know how they do that sort of check. Orville, Redenbacher, and the Pepperidge Farmer boys called they wanted a verification method back. Who are those guys? Parental control have been a thing for a long time, but the big thing with UK is that they're using it to censor more than just NSFW. I still find that it's a problem that for me, adult, to watch porn, I have to give my ID to a random company that is not even situated in my own country, is somewhere in another country, instead of my own government checking for it safely. That's annoying. Hear me out. Digital bit watermark on content doesn't affect the viewing. I'll say an image. All it does is allow people to self-control content. Example, there's a bit of data inside of a pornographic image that can be seen on the image by the eye, but can tell a router, a parental control system, to filter it out. That will be epic. I don't know how all of these things work though, so I don't know how feasible it will be. Also to make it universal. What am I doing? I don't like how this is coming out. Maybe I need a reference. Not that good at shading clothes. Still pretty mysterious to me. NSFW have no fixed definition. For example, certain kinds of people who rhyme with Yahtzee, wants LGBTQ stuff, including self-delete prevention hotlines, and various mental health resources to be included under NSFW. Yeah. This is the categorized all content, and this is for the sake of stronger parental control used by the individual. Am I wrong for saying that freaking parents should be checking that more instead of waiting for the government to ban porn on the internet? Like, can't you check what your own kid is doing? They've blocked access already on some online portals because of the overreach of the law. Parents should check what their kids are doing for sure. Yeah. Kids are skiki. Okay, but like still in that way, even if on the kids' phones you don't get porn, but on the parents you do, then the kids are skiki, so they will find a way to just maybe do the age verification with their parents' ID or take their parents' phone to still watch the stuff that they want to watch. 100% checking what your kids are exposed to is part of raising them. Don't give that job to a government so the government has an excuse to snoop on adults. Yeah. Probably teaching your kids what's good and what's bad, what you're supposed to watch and what not. Like, maybe they end up watching it anyways, but maybe at least they know that, for example, if I will switch words to make sure I don't get banned. If an adult ends up watching porn, right? And no one has ever talked to them about it, they might think maybe anything they want to think. Instead, if as a parent you have talked to them already about it, they know, for example, that that's like fiction, that's not really how relationships are. I don't know. I honestly really think that kids should not be allowed to have their own personal device at all. I didn't know when I was a kid. There was the PC of the family, and I did do my freaky Googling and everything, but because I could not bring the PC around with me, it was there. It was already like a good form of prevention. Like it was there in the living room, so you know. There are a lot of things I wish I had known when I was a kid on the internet, and it only gets worse and worse every day. I'm honestly so lucky. I remember there used to be these TV shows I watched at night. They were actually very informative about all of this sort of sexual stuff. And the actual good things were sent at 3 a.m. But I didn't learn a lot of safety things from those programs. That no one taught me. If they didn't do it, I wouldn't have known. There are a lot of parents that just don't parent. They expect others to do it for them and just give the kids whatever they want. But if other people do try to parent other people's kids, the parent gets really mad about it. Yeah. That's why I found it so weird that everyone is about, oh, the kids, we need to ban everything for the kids. But you're supposed to know what your kids are doing. It's not that the government has to ban everything because parents cannot look over kids. And whatever the government bans, the kids will still find a way to watch and to do. So the best way is just to make sure that they know what they're looking at. That they shouldn't look at. But, you know. I'm a huge supporter of kids not having a smartphone or social media presence until they're like 15, 16, maybe 18. 18 feels like way too much. There is the problem that if you don't have a phone and socials, you're like outside of society. But maybe until 13, like technically it is like that. It's fair. But I think a lot of people just don't think about the fact. Technically, you cannot have a social media account under 13. Dude, I remember when my little cousin started searching for weird stuff on the internet, and my uncle was there all shocked, like, you don't even know what is on the internet that gets recommended to my kid. I was like, you dumb piece of shit. No, I didn't tell him this. But I thought in my brain, you stupid ass bitch, dude, what the fuck? You gave her the phone. She's 4. Why do you give her the phone? It's like giving your kid a knife and then be like, you don't even know what happened. My kid lost all of their fingers because the knife cut them. TV networks usually only air things like that when they're fairly sure the kids are asleep. We need more on that. My aunt, 40 plus, had a kid recently and they grew up having a phone and not any attention at all. My mom calls any activity with her an annoyance and I'm like, you had there, you chose it. Yeah, dude. What the fuck? I don't understand. It's the same as the people going on vacation and leaving their dog in the room. I don't think I will have a kid until I am 100% sure that I feel responsible and I feel ready for the time that it will need and the effort that it will need. They can still have a phone. Dumb phones have come back in. They can call, text, have a calendar, maps, and notebook. Boom, done. Oh yeah, I think when I was 9, they gifted me one of those old Nokias just so I could call. It was maybe, I don't know, if I was at a friend's house and I needed my mom to come pick me earlier, whatever, I could give a call. But I didn't have access to the internet. You know that I've been thinking to switch on a phone like that. Like to have 2 phones. One where I have all socials, all everything. And one that is like mega simple. And during the day I can only use the simple one. And then when I'm done working, then I can use the normal phone with all of the socials and videos and everything. I was kind of thinking. It doesn't help that you can find straight up porn on YouTube too. You can. I think for that you do need to send your ID to YouTube though, and it has been like that for a long time now. I have a lot of young relatives and got to see them grow up. From what I see, the kids that the parents actually sat down with and explain things and they get exposed to grow up be a lot more emotionally stable than the ones that just got told no because it's bad. Yes. It's so pleasant to talk to kids that clearly have parents that take care of them because they're like little adults. They are there talking to you about their day, talking to you about they felt about something that happened to them. It's very nice. Instead of the ones that basically got dragged by their parents with these tablets and everything are just like, where is the tablet? I want to see a video. I want to see this. Pretty sure my first phone was when I was 12, 13. Only times I had a phone with me was when I asked my uncle for his Nokia. My first smartphone I think was also when I was around 13. I had access to the internet before already, again, because we had a laptop back at home. But when I was young, I also had like a limit. I did not have a phone that I could bring with me, and also the PC, and like I remember we could play only like 30 minutes after we did our homeworks, stuff like that. I hated it so much back then, but now I can see how helpful it was. I basically would help take care of kids since I was a kid, like 7, and phones and social media so weren't really a thing we ever did with them, except for the occasional times we play with the camera with them or watch a show with them. Yeah. No one is 100% to got their crap right. You just gotta do your best and be as grounded as you can. Yeah, I know. I know that like every time we talk about these topics and I'm here spitting my opinion, they should do this, they should do that. Everything is harder than it looks. But I just feel like some people feel like they're just not even trying. But in the end, it goes. You need to be strong for the good of your kid. You know, like also, I don't know. For example, the people that feed their dogs a lot, because dogs always ask you for food. But then your dog ends up being so big they cannot even walk, and they end up suffering just because the owner couldn't stand and say like, okay, this is your quantity, this is as much as you get. And even if Maki asks me for more, I don't give her, because I know that what's healthy for her, because I'm the adult. I know it's harder with a tiny human, but one needs to be strong. My nephew is like that. He will go up to my brother-in-law and just shout, I want Cocomelon, so he just hands over his phone to him and lets him watch whatever on YouTube. Honestly, sometimes it's kind of cool to talk to kids, because sometimes if you start asking them questions and they start describing you how they see things, you discover crazy things. Like those little brains that they have, they go completely crazy sometimes. It sounds like they're on drugs. What is this? Open source rotary cell phone. Dude, I used this type of phone only a couple times. It was so annoying. Every time I would mess up a number, I had to restart the whole thing over. Oh my god. Kids ain't stupid, they just lack experience and wisdom for that. Yes. I feel so sad whenever kids are blamed for like not knowing something that it makes sense that they don't know because they're fucking kids. Honestly, kids are level 1 characters in D&D with actual players behind them. They're dumb and make mistakes and don't know that much of the world, but they're not stupid either. It's actually pretty fun to see them like experience things. I am experiencing this with Maki, and I imagine that it's probably the same if you have a kid. Like, I don't know. The first time that I showed a flame to Maki, it was like a candle. But when I light it up, I saw Maki going like and it was very cool because like it made me realize how something so normal for me can look epic to someone that sees this for the first time. But it's actually even entertaining too. I also have this weird thing on Discord where I don't get any notifications and then suddenly I get like 30 altogether. And I see my phone go like ping, 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 and I'm like, oh no, who got hacked? And then I realize that it's notifications from hours before. I got a flood of notifications from Discord when I was in a game the other week. I had muted a server for 3 hours. As soon as the timer was up, flood of notifications from that one server. Well, at least like you did set it that way. I didn't set anything like that, but I don't know why it happens. Oh wait, I have all of the other lights, the other side. Thank you for the moment to save the file. I think I need to go have a little breaky. It's been almost 2 hours and I need to refill my water bottle. I want to at least finish the shading of the dress, like the purple part with its details today. So once I come back, we're gonna continue. Okay, I will be right back. You guys should also have a little break to stand up, stretch, look outside, refill your bottles, and then be right back. I'm Borg. Borg. Are you Baba Berg? Oh man. Let's continue. Also, I did read your messages things before leaving. I do agree. I hate so much that like somehow everyone has gotten into the idea that it's normal to constantly have your eyes on your phone, because if someone writes you and you don't answer within like 2-3 hours, everyone starts panicking. I've had it happen while I was just drawing and focusing for a whole afternoon. So I answered to some messages after 4 or 5 hours, and they were like, where did you go? We were worried, but that feels weird. Like, maybe if I don't answer for 2 days, yes, it's worrying. But not just an afternoon. No, I'm not talking about you. I'm mostly talking about my family. This never happened that you were worried if I wasn't. Well, if you get worried because I skip stream and I don't say anything, it makes sense, because at that point we kind of have like an appointment that I miss. In that case, it makes sense. Can you prove that you're back and you haven't been replaced by a body snatcher? My body is already too snatched. It couldn't be snatched more than that, so that's the proof. It isn't, but yes. I should work out more. Don't forget to hydrate, everyone. Ebrinian. Yeah, I did refill it. Well, I just drank from it, so right now we are at 80% full. Usually when I go have a break, I always do the same thing. I go have a little pee, I refill my water bottle, I kiss Maki for a couple minutes, then I come back. Well, you could never take my pasta in the first place. I'm sorry I have to remind you that, but it is like it is. You were never allowed to take my pasta in the first place. Hello, Zul. How are you? What do you mean, what if I share the pasta with you? What, you like the government? You're trying to take my pasta and then share it with me as if it wasn't mine in the first place. Sounds very sassy. Guys, you would never believe this. Nikis, this morning I was working. Well, this is not the unbelievable part. But I was working while in voice chat with some other artist girls. And we were talking. It's epic. Are you proud? Being fusilli. It's impossible to take all of Yoshi's pasta. She stores it in her boobas, which has infinite space, so infinite pasta. Yes. If you try to get the pasta, you will instantly die because you will be crushed by the weight. funny story. A few nights ago, I was about to cook sausages. The gas ran out, so I used the microwave. I set it to high for 5 minutes. It turned right and crisp. I still ate it. It was a pretty good crunch. 5 minutes. Yeah, if it's like high, I feel like for hot dogs, just like 2 minutes probably is more than enough. Not saying, oh, what do you mean? Microwaving hot dogs? Yes. Hello, Greedy. How are you? Yo. I didn't even know that people boiled the hot dogs till a couple years ago. I also only ever microwaved them. Sometimes I cook them in the pan if maybe I was preparing them to make like something else. But if I wanted to eat them by themselves, then I would just microwave them a couple minutes. And it wasn't even for cooking them. It was just because I didn't like that they were cold from the fridge. I didn't even know that I was supposed to cook them. I'm happy I'm alive though. I didn't die from the raw hot dogs. People can die from raw hot dogs. Technically, you're supposed to read what's on the package, and if it says you're supposed to cook them, then you're supposed to cook them. I have a lot of things I want to try and experiment with, but I'm still house searching. Oh, like what? Like hobbies? No raw dogging hot dogs, yeah. It's like playing in the dirt or drinking out of the hose, you'll be fine. And just to be safe, I don't suggest eating raw hot dogs, okay? In case anyone dies, it's not my fault. Thank you very much. I don't know what raw dogging is yet. I'll look it up later. Where did you hear of that term if you don't know what it means? Like, in what situation you can read that word? And the context doesn't make it... Hobby stuff, yeah, I want to get a CNC machine so I can product the stuff. Hold on, I don't know what a CNC is. Also, kids, don't do raw hot dogs and raw dogs and nothing. It's not safe, and you should not do that. Oh, wow! Ayo! That's cool. Okay, when I start mass producing Yoshino action figures, I'll send them over to you to engrave my signature in it. I used to think that anything is edible if cooked enough, but I was half wrong. Let me think. Can we think of something that still isn't edible if cooked? Oh yeah, probably like poisonous stuff. But you're right. Some things are poisonous for us if they are not cooked. So maybe things that are poisonous, even if they're cooked, maybe we just didn't find the right way to cook it to not make it poisonous. CNC machine is for cutting metal and wood, very precise. Oh, metal and wood, okay. Cookie dough technically isn't healthy when raw. Can we talk about this? I discovered, like, from socials that people eat raw cookie dough. It will never come in my brain to do it. Why do you guys do it? I only once tried to taste bread dough and it was not tasty at all. I do wax the ceiling on the side. I want to make my own sums. Yo, sometimes I get these videos of wax the ceiling, but like they maybe take one stamp and do one color and then they remove all of the extra parts and then they take more colors and they make like this hacking seal that is, it's not just a seal, it's like a whole painting. There's recipe for edible cookie dough. I seen you don't need to cook it. And instead can go gremlin mode on a bowl. Yeah, that sounds funky. There was a time that I think that I can eat raw cat food if I cook it, but my brother said don't say it is poison for human. Is it poisonous for human? Hold on a second. Isn't technically like dog and cat food very high in protein amount because they need a lot of proteins? If so, do people that train a lot and need a lot of proteins, wouldn't it be cheaper for them to eat dog food instead of getting powdered protein? Cheaper. Kibble is junk. Is it? What the hell do they put in there? Like, what is physically in there? What is it made of? I'm asking you guys as if you were owning, I don't know, a company that produces dog food. Snakies, what is it made of? Tell me. I know you know. You have to tell me because you know. Hello, Hada. How are you? You know when your dog starts farting, it smells terrible when they eat a certain human food? The same applies the other way around. How do you know? Did you sometimes somehow eat a lot of dog food for no particular reason? Sometimes I wonder, why do people give their animal expensive animal food instead of just meat? Like, I mean, the people that buy cat food that is more expensive than straight up meat, why don't they give the cat straight up meat? I mix for Maki half kibble and half meat because it will cost a lot to have her eat only meat. Yeah, no, I know, but like if I try to get beef, I usually give Maki minced beef, and usually whenever there's a big discount, I'll buy a lot and I'll freeze a lot, so I always have Maki's food for a bit cheaper. And the cheapest I managed to get is something like 10 euro per kilo. And the kibble is about 5. But if the kibble costs the same as the meat, I will probably get just straight up meat. No fish oil for Maki. Instead of giving her fish oil and whatnot, I give her when I'm eating it. Like, for example, I had salmon some time ago. And I kept the skin and a bit of the meat for her. And I boiled it on the side. So she also had a bit of fish and a bit of something, but I don't specifically buy it for her. I just sometimes make her a tiny meal out of my own meal. Maki is a very, very princess. Of course, when I say this, I joke. I find creepy the people that are actually, like, for real obsessed by their pets and they think they are their kids and they're... Yeah, that's weird. That's you? No. What do you mean? Fish oil is good for fur shine and to prevent joint issues common in dachshunds. Yeah. Yeah, that's why whenever I'm eating some fish, I give it a little bit, or some veggies, I give her a little bit. Or some fruit. She has her default food, but sometimes here and there I give her something else as well. Bye bye, Kirkson. Thank you so much for coming. Maybe one day I have to try the raw cookie dough to see what the hype is all about. Oh my god. As soon as I said it, my stomach was like, are you sure about that? I'm still trying to digest all of the stuff that I ate while I was out. I might have exaggerated just a little bit. Just the tiniest bit ever. I wish I could shade the boobs, but if I do that now, I get banned. Well, not banned, but I get like warnings and stuff. But for now, I do clothes. Yeah, the other day I said I will do it. Did I? Why didn't I do it? I forgot. I ended up working by myself. I love finals. I stream pretty much always at the same time, so usually if I'm like very busy, I just don't stream at all, or if I have headaches, it's pretty rare that I delay the stream instead of canceling it. Mostly because I feel like if someone that is not in Discord opens up my stream and my channel, they see that I'm not streaming, they're like, okay, Yoshi's not streaming today. Then when I start 2 hours later, they're just not gonna come because they looked at my channel and they saw that I'm not streaming and they thought, okay, Yoshi's not streaming today at all. Maybe I'm wrong in thinking like this, but it's generally my thought. Although recently streams might be a little bit shorter because I'm really working hard on my new model, and since I ended up keeping it a surprise, but I still need to work a lot on it to make sure that everything will be ready in time. Then and like there's a limited amount of hours in a day, unfortunately. Yeah, that will be the Subaton. I honestly thought I would be done by this time with all of the commissions to only focus on my model, but a lot of things turned out to take so much longer than what I expected that here we are. Yeah, sometimes it happens. Thank you for the follow, Tony. If I was omega good at planning things and doing everything perfectly, scheduling perfectly, I will probably be a successful manager and not and do bank like that. I do my best, but sometimes I miss it. Hello, Ringo. That motor swap I did on my car took 2 weeks longer than planned. Yeah. Something like that with VTuber models, especially more complex ones. One that you think is gonna take you 2 weeks. Maybe it takes a month. Puts a whole late on the whole queue. Yeah. I mean, in general, I've been focusing on finishing everything, not only boobas. Everything. I'm kind of nervous for this due button. Next month, I also have to request for the Twitch front page. So you ask the month before you want it. So for September, I need to ask for it in August. Hopefully we end up getting it. It will be such a big push. My friend is in trouble with his wife. He started replacing the carpet in the living room with hard floor. It's his first time doing it. We're now plus 1 month. I know I'm having to hold on to his dog. Ah, that's why you were looking after his dog. I can see wanting to save, but doing that by yourself for the first time is surely not easy. specific things, I end up getting someone else to do it and paying for it because the risk of messing up and having to pay even more after is too high. Thank you. Speaking of which, I think I might go for now. I don't want to burn my brain on the first day I'm back. I can still work more, but I think I need a longer break now. We did do almost all of the shading of the dress. I'm just missing these golden parts here. So they're still good. And we have the belt. Alright. No worries, thank you. I will probably now take a big long break, chill, then feed Maki, have a walk with her, have a dinner myself, then work a couple hours more, and then go to sleep. Let me see who I can read. Let me see who's online right now. I can read Kira. She's playing Peak. I might be setting up another Peak collab soon. Well, I'm not the one setting up this time. I got invited. I will let you guys know better when everything is confirmed, though. Anyways, I'm reading Kira. She's another rigger, and you might know her from her tutorials on YouTube as well. Elsewhere. Thank you so much for coming to my stream. I had a lot of fun. Maki, I'm closing the stream earlier. It's not your dinner time yet. Don't look at me like that. This is my read a copy paste message if you want to copy paste it. If you don't have a sub, you can use the second one instead. As usual, drink your food and eat your water. Have sexy waifu dreams when you go to sleep. Take care of yourself. I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow we are just gonna continue shading Kitsune until we're done. Maybe tomorrow we can do the boots. The boots. And thank you for all the subs, raids, follow, all of your support. This is my Discord server if you want to join it. It's our amazing little community. And Bakura, you're such a puppy. Please come give some support to Kira. She's an artist friend. Oh, dear, she's a friend artist and rigger, and she's very nice. You should come check her out. And okay, thank you so much, everyone. Bye bye. Take care. Take care.
supposed to like climb a